students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing well. So let we continue with the topic. Today we have to start the new topic, that is spread of the revolt. So let we start. Just look into your book, student. The soldiers initially were simply protesting against the use of the greased cartridge, but the government neglected their protests instead on the use of the cartridge and punished those who refused to obey them. In the first quarter of 1857, when the soldiers of the 19th Regiment at Barakpur refused to use the greased cartridge, their leaders were punished and the regiment were disbanded. Let's come on a second paragraph. In March, Mangal Pandey of his 34th Regiment fired at the sergeant major and asked his comrade to revolt against the British rule. To revolt against the British in defense of their caste and religion, but he had one of his active comrades were captured and tried and executed. See the next para here. In April 1857, his 85 soldiers of the cavalry regiment at Meerut refused to use the greased cartridge. They were punished with 10 years of imprisonment and disgraced publicly. On 10th May, the 3rd Cavalry Regiment at Meerut revolted and the infantry also became the party to it. The soldiers released the prisoners, killed some English officials and civilians and marched to Delhi. They captured Delhi on 12th May at Bahadur Shah Zafar was proclaimed as the Emperor of India. Just remember it, Bahadur Shah Zafar, he was the last Mughal emperor in India. Soon the revolt covered the entire territory from the Delhi to Bihar in the east. In June, revolts occurred in Lucknow, Kanpur and Jhansi. See. In Kanpur, Nana Sahib became the leader of the rebel, while in Jhansi, as you know very well, Rani Lakshmi Bai challenged the British. In Bihar, Kunwar Singh undertook the leadership of rebel, while in Lucknow, the rebels organized under the leadership of Begum Hazrat Mahal. In Punjab, the British dismayed the Indian soldier. The soldier protested against it at one or two places, but they were forced to yield. See here, students, look into your book in next paragraph. The soldier revolted at some places in Rajasthan, Gwalior and Indore also, but they were easily suppressed by the British officials. The revolt spread to one or two places in South India, but the attempts of the revolt in places like Ahmedabad, Hyderabad and Sindh were thwarted here. Delhi, Lucknow, Kanpur, Jhansi and Gwalior remained the center of the revolt. No native ruler participated in the revolt one of the country. Some rulers of Punjab, Rajasthan and South India helped the British in suppressing the revolt. Students, again come on page number 48. Now I am explaining the paragraphs to you. So listen to it carefully. The first sepoy to protest against using the grease cartridge was, who was? Yes, Mangal Pandey. Stationed at Barakpur, he refused to use the cartridge and was subsequently hanged on April 24, 1857. 85 sepoys stationed at Meerut also refused to use the cartridge. The real trouble started when they were dismissed and sentenced to 10 years imprisonment on May 9, 1857, when they were severely punished for this. The next morning, rebel soldiers revolted and killed the British officers, released their imprisoned comrades and hoisted the flag of revolt. This was the official beginning of the Great Revolt of 1857. The soldier that set off for Delhi on May 11, 1857, they reached Delhi. Here they were joined by the local infantry. The rebels seized Delhi and declared Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar as the leader of India, leader of the revolt also. See the main centers from Meerut and Delhi, the revolt spread to over the areas of North and Central India. Like हमने second paragraph में see here, all the places are mentioned here. Kanpur, Lucknow, Jhansi, Bareilly, Arrah become the chief centers of the revolt. That is, sporadic uprisings also occurred in the parts of Bengal, Assam, Orissa, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Rajasthan, Sindh and Maharashtra. Even in areas where no uprising occurred, unrest prevailed. See students, the revolt at various places was led by different leaders. Like in Delhi, Bakht Khan was the commander of the rebel. In Kanpur, Nana Sahib was declared as the Peshwa. His troops were led by the brave Tatya Tope. And in Lucknow, Begum Hazrat Mahal led the revolt. She was assisted by Maulvi Ahmedullah. In Jhansi, Rani Lakshmi Bai challenged the British authority. Khan Bahadur Khan was the leader in Bareilly. In the east, Kunwar Singh organized and led the revolt at Ara and other places in Bihar. So students, let's start another topic, that is suppression of the revolt. So look into your book. Lord Canning, the Governor General, took immediate steps to suppress the revolt. He collected the forces of Madras, Bombay, Sri Lanka and Burma in order and loyal Sikh army to protest the Delhi immediately. The rebels were at the time had lost Delhi too. The British occupied Delhi. See the next paragraph, students. The British occupied Delhi in September 1857. Two sons of Bahadur Shah were killed and he himself was deported as a prisoner in Rangoon, where he died in 1862. See here. Rani Lakshmi Bai fled from the Jhansi and joined hands with Tatya Tope, who had assumed the leadership of the rebel army at Gwalior. But the British captured Gwalior in June 1858. See here. The Rani was killed at the Battle of Sir Hugh Rose on 18 June 1858. Tatya Tope managed to get away but was captured later and executed. The revolts of the Khan Bahadur Khan at Bareilly and that of Kunwar Singh at Jagdishpur in Bihar were also suppressed. See the last paragraph. Nana Sahib and Begum Hazrat Mahal were believed to have fled to Nepal and died there afterwards. A few local uprisings continued for some time, but by July 1858, all protests were over now. See students, now I am explaining the para. In spite of the widespread nature of the revolt, it was suppressed within a little over a year. Delhi was recaptured by the British forces in September 1857. The Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar was taken prisoner and dropped to Rangoon in Burma. Now it is called Myanmar. The Mughal dynasty thus came to be an end. Bakht Khan, Rani Lakshmi Bai, Khan Bahadur Khan and Kunwar Singh died fighting the British. Nana Sahib and Begum Hazrat Mahal escaped to Nepal. Tatya Tope was captured and hanged. See students, वन ऑफ द मेन रीज़न इज़ कि जो रिवॉल्ट हमने सोचा था ना, उस वे में ये रिवॉल्ट इंडियन सोसाइटी में उस तरह से स्प्रेड आउट नहीं हो पाया. एक तो ये अपने टाइम और डेट से पहले स्टार्ट हो गया था. सेकेंडली द रीज़न इज़ कि हमारे पास कोई प्रॉपर लीडर नहीं था. बहादुर शाह जफ़र लास्ट मुग़ल एम्पायर, वो अपने आप में बहुत बुज़ुर्ग थे. एक न्यू और एक यंग लीडर की कमी थी. प्रॉपर ऑर्गेनाइज नहीं थे हम लोग, प्रॉपर श्रृंखलाइज नहीं थे. कभी रिवॉल्ट किस एरिया में हुआ, कभी कहीं हुआ, ऐसे टुकड़ों में ये रिवॉल्ट हुआ. तो काफ़ी इसके कुछ माइनस पॉइंट्स भी थे जिस वजह से ये रिवॉल्ट जो था वो इतना सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो पाया. Many cruelties were committed by both the sides during the course of the revolt. After the suppression of the revolt, however, the rebel soldiers and the civilian population suffered a terrible fate. Rebel soldiers were blown off after being tied to the mouths of the cannons. Innocent civilians were hanged and mercilessly executed on a large scale. Even small children were made a target in inhuman cruelties. All these acts of brutality were done with the purpose of dissuading another mass of revolt in the future. So students, let's come to another topic, that is failure of the revolt. So let me continue. When the revolt started, the Indian sepoys outnumbered the British soldiers. They were also supported by the citizens in large number. The rebel occupied Delhi in initial stage of the revolt and disrupted the communication between Agra to Calcutta. The British thus were seriously crippled in the beginning, yet they succeeded in suppressing the revolt very soon. The reason for their success and the eventual failure of the revolt were manifold. Here the reasons are mentioned. See students, reason number 1, revolt had limited scope. The area of the revolt were limited to Delhi, Meerut, Awadh, Bihar, Rohilkhand and other neighboring territories. The entire South India, Punjab and the territory towards its north and west, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Bengal remained aloof from the revolt. And the next topic is lack of planning. The primary cause of the failure of the revolt, however, were lack of planning and the absence of the central organization. The rebel lacked an ideology and program for the captured area. Next, lack of military skills to match the British forces. The rebel lacked skilled military strategies and discipline as compared to the British. They fought mostly with sword and spears while the British were using newly introduced rifles. Attitude of the rulers. Many rulers, including those of Patiala, Sindh, Gwalior, Hyderabad and the King of Nepal, refused to help the rebel and gave armed support to the British. And the next is limited support. The educated Indians and the upper and the middle class did not support the rebel. On the contrary, they supported the British. Now turn the page students, and the last reason is weak leadership. The leadership of the revolt was weak and it was not organized under one person or one command. The leader of the revolt like Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar, Begum Hazrat Mahal, Nana Sahib and Tatya Tope, Rani Lakshmi Bai and other neither planned nor coordinate with one another in one units. See students, now I am explaining the para to you. British historians describe the event of 1857 and 58 as a mutiny by the sepoys. The fact, however, suggests otherwise. The revolt was started by the sepoys but was joined in large number by the civilian population. The participation of the peasants and artisans made the revolt a widespread and popular event. In some areas, the common people revolted even before the sepoys. All this shows that it was clearly a popular revolt. It was characterized by the Hindu-Muslim unity. Therefore, the revolt should be termed as the first nationalist struggle in India for independence from foreign rule. In spite of widespread nature of the revolt, यानी इतना पॉपुलर हुआ था ये रिवॉल्ट कि हिंदू मुस्लिम्स में भी एकता आ गई थी. तो क्या ऐसे रीज़न हुए कि ये रिवॉल्ट जो है वो सक्सेस नहीं हो पाया, फेल हो गया? The main reason for its failure, now I am going to tell you what are the reasons. The revolt did not spread all parts of the country. South and West India remained largely outside the fold of the revolt. Even in the north, Punjab, Sindh, Rajputana remained quiet. The British managed to get loyalty of the Madras and the Bombay Regiment and the Sikhs, Afghan and the Gurkhans. The Gurkhans actually helped the British in suppressing the mutiny. Most of the Indian princes and the chiefs and many of the Indian kings, princes, they had allowed to continue by the British sided with the British during the revolt. The revolt was not supported by all groups of the sections of Indian society. The modern education, India, upper class and middle class, they also did not encourage the revolt. The revolt was unorganized effort. The rebel lacked an ideology or program which could be implemented in captured areas. The sepoys of Bengal wanted to revive the incident glories of the Mughal, while Nana Sahib and Tatya Tope tried to re-establish the Maratha power. Like हमारे पास प्लानिंग नहीं थी, ठीक है, कोई भी श्रिंकनाइज नहीं था, कोई मोटिव नहीं था, जिसको जैसे लगा उसने उसी वे में उस रिवॉल्ट को शुरू कर दिया. Rani Lakshmi Bai fought and regained her lost state also. And see, the another reason is like lack of military skills and all. Lack of resources, lack of military skills both in men and money made the rebel given up the struggle on many occasions. The telegraphic system and the postal communication helped the British to spread up their operations. Indian leaders lacked organization and planning. The rebel leaders were no match to British general. Like Rani Lakshmibai, Tatya Tope and Nana Sahib were courageous but were not good generals. Finally, the English masters of the sea enabled them to get timely help from England. The rebels were also poorly organized. The uprising in different parts of the country were uncoordinated. Often the sepoys were uncontrolled group of people. They were unable to carry through their early military success. So students, we start another topic, that is change after 1857. So let's start. The revolt of 1857 resulted in significant changes in the administrative structure and the policies of the government. Queen Victoria issued a proclamation in 1858 that transferred the administrative power of the company to the British Crown. The Queen proclamation put an end to the company's rule. These were the changes introduced by the Queen's proclamation of 1858. So here comes the points. Point number 1. The British East India Company's rule came to an end. Almost East India Company का rule खत्म हो चुका था, and the power gone to the hands of Queen. And another, the Board of Control and a Court of Directors were abolished. In its place, the Secretary of the State for India and the Indian Council were created. Another point, the army was thoroughly organized and the proportion of the British soldiers was increased. Indians were divided into maternal and non-maternal races, and regiments were raised on the basis of caste and region, such as Sikh regiment or Jat regiment. The policy of territorial annexation was also brought to an end, like जो doctrine of lapse और subsidiary alliances जो शुरू किए थे, यानी कि राज्यों को हड़पने के लिए, that was also ended now. And another is unconditional and general pardon was given to the rebels except those responsible for the murder of the British subjects. And the last, the British Parliament passed the Government of India Act 1858. See students, though the Great Revolt failed to achieve its aim, it certainly produced far-reaching results. Almost ये जो revolt था ना, ये Britishers ने इसको पूरी तरह से दबा दिया था, ख़त्म कर दिया था. But at least now Britishers they came to know this thing कि अब इंडिया को dominate करना, इंडिया को दबाना उनके हाथ में नहीं है. Like Indians में कहीं ना कहीं गुस्सा, और कहीं ना कहीं ये गुस्सा, इस गुस्से से ब्रिटिशर्स काफ़ी हद तक डर गए थे कि नाउ अगर अब हम इंडियंस को टॉर्चर करेंगे, डोमिनेट करेंगे, तो वो हमारी गुलामी को बर्दाश्त नहीं करेंगे, वो मरने को तैयार हो जाएंगे, बट दे रेडी टू फाइट. लोगों में एक यूनिटी आ गई थी ब्रिटिश रूल के अगेंस्ट. फाइन. It put an end to the company's rule in India. Administration of India was directly taken over by the British Crown. By the special act, both the Board of Control and the Board of Director was abolished, and the Office of Secretary of the State for India was created. An Indian Council of 15 members were assisted, the Governor General and Viceroy of India. The Indian Army was reorganized. The policy of ruthless conquest in India was given up, and the Indian prince were given the assurance that their state would not be annexed. Their right of adoption was also given to them. Full religious freedom was guaranteed to Indians. Indians were also given the assurance that high post would be given to them without any discrimination. So students, it's enough for today. So our chapter is completed. So in the next video, we will continue with our exercises related to the topic. So it's enough for today. Enjoy your day and good day.